What if the future you saved once came back broken? What if time remembered every mistake and decided to fight back? This is not the end of the story, you know. This is where time wakes up again. A quiet town, empty streets, Hill Valley feels frozen, like it is holding its breath. The old clock tower stands tall, its hands stuck between seconds. Wind moves through abandoned roads. A single streetlight flickers, switching between bright white and warm yellow, as if two different years are fighting for control. A soft ticking sound grows louder. Not from a clock, but from time itself. Inside an old garage, dust floats in. The air, covered objects sit untouched for years. A torn poster hangs on the wall, half burned, half new. Tools lie where they were last dropped. A workbench holds strange blueprints hand-drawn, faded and marked with warnings. Symbols glow, faintly, then disappear. A low electric hum begins to rise. A broken screen suddenly turns on. Static fills the frame. A recorded voice cuts through the noise, old, calm, familiar. The future was never meant to sleep forever. The screen glitches, the voice stops. The hum grows louder. Outside, the sky changes, clouds roll backward. Lightning flashes, but no thunder follows. For a brief second, the town looks different. New buildings appear, then fade away. A 1950s car blinks into view, parked beside a modern electric one. Both vanish. The air ripples like water. Back inside the garage, a covered shape begins to shake. Sparks fly. A dashboard lights up under a dusty cloth. Numbers flash. 8, 8, 8. MPH letters blink, then die. The ticking stops. Silence returns, then one sharp sound, like glass cracking. The clock tower shakes. The frozen clock hand moves forward by 1 second. Somewhere in time, something has been triggered. The past has noticed the future, and it is no longer staying quiet. The silence breaks with a sudden surge of sound. A deep pulse travels through the air, like a heartbeat that doesn't belong to the present. Lights flicker across the town, phones glitch. Screens freeze. Somewhere, an alarm begins to ring, but it cuts off before anyone can respond. A young man stands alone in a dark room. We never see his face, only his hands. They move fast, nervous but skilled, flipping switches, typing commands, adjusting wires. A digital clock on the wall flashes different years instead of time. 1985, 2026, 2045. It can't decide where it belongs. He pauses. His hand reaches for an old photograph on the table. Two men stand beside a strange silver car. Their faces are blurred, burned by time. The young man grips the photo tightly. The room shakes. He looks up as the walls around him shimmer, like they are about to peel away. Outside, the world begins to break its own rules. A modern city street bends and reshapes. A diner from the 1950s fades into view, then snaps back into a glass building. People walk past, unaware, frozen mid-step as time skips around them. Traffic lights switch from red to green to colors that shouldn't exist. A voice enters, young, tense, full of disbelief. This isn't a glitch. Time is folding in on itself. The young man runs through the streets. Neon signs flicker into old movie posters. A hoverboard shadow flashes across the ground, then disappears. Sirens echo from nowhere and everywhere at once. The sky tears open for a split second, showing stars spinning the wrong way. He turns a corner and stops. Parked in front of him is a familiar shape. Hidden under shadows, low, wide, powerful, the car's metal skin reflects different decades. At the same time, its lights turn on by themselves. The engine hums not like a machine, but like something alive. Inside the car, screens light up. Warning signs flash. Temporal breach. Point of nitrogen monoxide return. The speed meter resets to 0. The young man steps closer. Time slows. The world around him freezes. Only the car remains real, whatever is happening. He is now part of it. And once you touch time, there is no going back. The world snaps back into motion with a violent jolt. A shockwave of light tears across the sky, rolling through cities, deserts, and oceans in seconds. Somewhere far away, machines wake up. Screens turn on by themselves. Systems begin running programs no one remembers creating. In a hidden lab. Deep underground, cold white lights flicker on one by one. The room is massive, filled with metal arms, floating screens, and spinning rings of energy. Cables snake across the floor like veins. At the center of it all stands a man only seen in shadow, calm, still, watching time itself move around him. A glowing core pulses in his chest, lighting the room with a steady blue shine. Data scrolls across transparent screens, showing timelines splitting and crashing into each other. He doesn't panic. He smiles. A smooth, confident voice speaks, almost amused. Everyone thinks time breaks on its own. He steps forward, metal parts shifting softly. But time only breaks when someone tries to fix it. Quick flashes hit the screen. A city rebuilt again and again. A future burned, then rebuilt stronger. DeLoreans racing through storms of light. Clocks melting. Dates erased. Every choice leading to another disaster. The man raises his hand. The chaos pauses. Time freezes mid-explosion. You can't save every future, he continues, so I chose one. Back in the city, the young man feels it. His head pounds. The sky darkens. Buildings stretch upward like they are being pulled into the clouds. His watch spins wildly, unable to settle on a moment. The voice returns, now colder. I didn't steal the future, the man says. I improved it. A final image flashes, multiple versions of the same moment overlapping. Different outcomes, different worlds. Only one survives. The man turns toward the camera. His face remains hidden, but his presence is clear. He is not chasing time. He is controlling it. And now that someone else has entered the game, he's ready to defend his future. The screen explodes into motion. Time no longer flows. It crashes. Waves of light tear through streets as years collide head-on. 1 second, it's raining. The next, it's snowing. Then sunlight burns through both. The world can't decide what it is anymore. The young man runs toward the DeLorean as the ground cracks beneath him. Each step lands in a different moment. Grass turns to pavement. Pavement turns to dirt. His breath fogs the air, then clears. The car's door lifts open on its own, inviting him in. Inside, alarms scream. Red warnings fill every screen. Timeline collapse. Last jump available. His hands shake as he grips the wheel. Outside the windshield, reality bends. Buildings fold inward. The sky fractures like glass. He hears the voice again, older now, filled with urgency and care. The future isn't written, the voice says. It's chosen. The engine roars to life. Energy pours through the car, wrapping it in blinding light. The speed meter climbs fast. 40, 60, 80. Time slows as the world around him freezes one last time. Cut to the man in the lab. He watches calmly as the timelines shake. If you make this jump, he says, everything you know disappears. A pause. But if you don't, nothing survives. The DeLorean hits 8-8. Light consumes the screen. Clocks shatter. Years collapse into a single moment. Silence follows. Black screen. A single ticking sound returns. Text fades in slowly. Back to the future I view on final shot. The DeLorean bursts out of a wall of fire, heading straight into the unknown. The tick stops. Time has made its move.